Hey guys, what is up? Super K-Man Rocks here, back with another sort of series that I want to get started. I've really been into Out of the Park Baseball lately. As you guys know, I did a series last year on Out of the Park Baseball 16. This is Out of the Park Baseball 17. We are currently in the midst of the World Series right now between the Chicago Cubs and the Cleveland Indians. So it's kind of reinvigorated my spark in baseball. Recently. And I figured I might as well give this game a shot, give this kind of series a shot. I want to see where I can go with this. I was thinking about some cool ideas that I could do. And being an Arizona Diamondbacks fan, I don't think there's any cooler idea for a historical or any sort of, past save than to do the 1998 Arizona Diamondbacks, their first year in existence. Looking at them as a team, they're obviously very bad, them being the first teams. Actually, I should show you my settings first and make sure they're all correct because I haven't even looked at them yet. Obviously, it's 100% accurate because it's a historical save, and you can't really change that. I use 1 to 10 ratings. Let me check these two. I use 1 to 10 ratings because that's what my online league uses, the Paramount Baseball League, and that's just what I'm used to. So I guess it's more of just a preference kind of thing for me. Face gen, I have injuries on normal. We'll leave that there occasionally. Blah, blah, blah. I have face gen on for all players, no baseball cards or away uniforms. We don't really need them. They're not really super necessary. AI settings, let's set these. Trading preference, I'm going to keep at neutral. I'm actually going to do something very different, though. I'm actually going to go 67, I believe it's 67, 22, and 11 is the correct thing that I like to do. This is a full stats thing. No ratings are important when it comes to the AI evaluation, which is how I prefer to play because it's a little bit more realistic. So even if a player has really good ratings, if he's never played well on any team that he's ever been a part of, he's not going to be looked at very highly by anybody. So looking at this, everything's going to stay the same here. What is different? Oh, the Astros are still in the National League. The Expos are still in existence. And the Angels are still technically Anaheim, Florida is still technically a team as well, is basically all that's different when it comes to the teams. So, looking at our roster, I haven't really looked at it too much yet. The first guy I want to talk about is going to be our opening day starter, Brian Anderson. Oh no, they don't have the classic jerseys, which is a little bit... Actually, they should. I'm going to pause the video here, and I will be right back when I find some classic jerseys to put in here. Alright guys, we're back. I couldn't find a jersey online, so I just ended up turning player pictures off. Brian Anderson's going to stay because I accidentally clicked on him beforehand, but everybody else doesn't really have a picture. So that should be fine. I'm really just going to be looking at them anyways from a stats point of view. So Brian Anderson was our first overall pick in the expansion draft. The second overall pick, technically, since Tampa Bay had the first pick. But if you look at him ratings-wise, he is not that great. He's not great, but he's not terrible. He will be our opening day starter, seeing as how he was our first pick in the expansion draft. That just kind of makes sense. We're going to go strict order here. I should probably look over this from the players menu, because that is what I'm used to. Looking over at our starters, we only have 4 starters on the active roster. Jeff Supin is a starting pitcher, right? I believe he started this year in real life. We got him from Boston in the expansion draft. So yeah, I'm just going to end up making him a starter, because I believe he was a starter for us in real life. He was our second pick in the expansion draft as well. So these are our 5 starting pitchers going into the season. We've got Brian Anderson, our first overall pick. Andy Bennis, who we did get from, I don't remember who, I believe it's St. Louis, maybe? I think. I don't remember exactly. Is it in the history? It is not. I believe it was St. Louis. I can't quote me on that. Willie Blair from Detroit is an okay pitcher. Actually, I didn't go over Bennis' ratings at all. I actually like Bennis' ratings a little bit more than I like Anderson's. Willie Blair could still develop into something okay. His control is okay. Actually, no, he's 32. He's regressing. That's great. Omar Dahl, who was terrific for the Diamondbacks in real life after they acquired him from Toronto, in the expansion draft. He's still 25 years old. He still has room to grow, and I believe he could be a very quality member of our rotation, for a while. And then Jeff Supin, who you guys probably know with the Brewers, where he won the I believe it's the NLCS MVP with the I might have been the I don't remember who it was. It was 2005. He won the 2005 NLCS. Who was that? St. Louis. What am I even talking about with the Brewers? He was with the Brewers after that. St. Louis. He won the 2005 NLCS MVP with St. Louis when they made the... I don't know why I thought it was the Brewers. They didn't even make the... they didn't even make the championship ever. So as you can see, we really don't have a lot when it comes to... Oh, I did import proper, realistic minor leagues. So all these guys should be real. Brad Penny is our main prospect that we have. He's down in Single A right now. We're hoping he comes up sooner rather than later. We don't want him taking too long, but we also don't want to rush him through. He's still only 19 years old, very young. John H. Patterson. Who are you in real life? He was a quality... no. He was a pretty bad player for a long time. He projects to be very good here. 7.77, which is really good. Really good. A really good 4 pitches. So, it could be a very quality starter in the future. But that's pretty much it when it comes to like prospects and minor league systems for us here. Just looking at this, though, I think Anderson's going to be our starter. Let's actually set the rotation right now. I think I'm going to have Bennis, Anderson, Bennis, Supin, Blair, and Dahl in that order. So, okay. Looking at our bullpen, it's pretty awful. If I remember realistically, yeah, oh my god, it's really awful. All right, so the first thing I want to check: are there any free agents? Jeff Fry, I could pick up, former Red Sox. Any sort of pitchers? Okay, not a lot of like really good ones. This guy Sid Fernandez isn't asking for a lot. What is? Sid, do I just not remember Sid Fernandez? Who did he play for? He's a relief pitcher, so that's probably why I don't remember him. Sorry to all you really... Oh, he was a Met. That's why I don't remember him, because who likes the Mets? So, Sid Fernandez I could bring in. Osvaldo Fernandez I could bring in. Not a lot of really good options here. Alan Bennis I could bring in. Andy Bennis' brother, which would be interesting. Alex Fernandez could also be good. I might actually... this guy's a reliever as well. Bennis is a reliever. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and sign these guys. At least offer them contracts because our bullpen is in desperate need of some help. So we're going to offer these 2 guys very small contracts, only a couple $100,000 contracts, as well as D'Amico. He could be a starter in the future, but it says he's not currently. He's only 22, so yeah, let's get him on board as well. But we do have a problem with spring training. Oh, it's still spring training, so I guess we can just look over the roster and then sim. I thought we were starting on opening day. My bad. Looking at catcher, looking at the catcher position. Kelly Stinnett is our starter. Damian Miller was our starter in real life, if I remember correctly. He actually had a good couple of years with Arizona when they first came out. Yeah, as you can see, he actually had a good couple of years. One of the consistent starters that we had on these teams back in the day. We do have Felix Rodriguez, who is a good relief pitcher. Actually, never mind. Let's see. Do we have any catching prospects? Rod Barajas, who it turned out to be a pretty good backup catcher in the league, but definitely not something to write home about. But that's basically it when it comes to catcher. Looking at our infielders, Jay Bell is our guy. Right now, at least. Jay Bell is our guy. Former All-Star, former Gold Glover, and Silver Slugger. All 93? Yep. All in 93 with the Pirates. He is a veteran. It's on a $4 million contract, which is kind of large for this time period. But he's kind of our best player right now. Matt Williams is close behind, if we look at him. The Carson Crusher. But he is also up there in age. And he has regressed, at least in real life, he regressed pretty heavily at this point. So, it does not look like we have Gracie yet, who they did acquire in real life, but that's fine. Tony Batista, you guys probably know, was a really quality backup for a lot of years in baseball. He's still only 24 years old here in 98, and he could be a quality starter here at second base for us. Then our first baseman's Travis Lee, who is one of our better players in real life going into the season. Still only 22 years old, big prospect. Don't really see him becoming a superstar, but could be a solid starter for us for a couple of years if he pans out. Other than that, we don't really have too much. Junior Spivey, you guys know. And that's pretty much it when it comes to prospects in the infield. Looking at the outfield, this is even more depressing to look at. Brent Breedy and then Devin White are our two main guys. Devin White is a very quality center fielder. I believe they are not very generous with his defensive ratings in this game because, as you can see, he was a multiple time Gold Glover. He is 35 years old, so obviously he is regressing a little bit. But Brent Breedy is going to be kind of our only outfielder that's going to be offensively productive. At least he won't hit like any home runs, but at least he'll be okay in the average department. So, and then looking at our starting left fielder, that could be either Benitez or Garcia. I don't really know who I want to put in there yet. Neither of them really developed too well, but that'll be something that I'll look at later down the line. Jack Cust, David DeLucci, and then Brent Cookson are our main prospects. So that's an overview of the team. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave all this stuff here for spring training. They have DeLucci starting in left, which is interesting. I would have Brady starting in right, and then Andy Fox was good in real life, but he's not good in this game at all. Look at those hitting stats; those are not bueno. So we're actually gonna throw in Kareem Garcia in left. And he'll be our start, and then this will be kind of our lineup just for spring training. Hopefully we can get through this without injuries. That would be the hope. And then personal message. Okay. I forgot that I asked about all these. Alan Bennis goes ahead and signs with us. We are going to set him as a reliever. He's not that great of a reliever, but he's something, so we're going to send him to the active roster. Anyone else sign? DeLucci got injured. How long is he out? 5 to 6 weeks. That's very unfortunate. We'll go ahead and put him on the disabled list, 15-day, because he'll be back before 60. Alex Fernandez. Trade proposal from Florida. They want to send Cliff Floyd. For who? I assume they're asking for a ton. They want John H. Patterson, so no thank you. Actually, it's not a horrible deal. They also want Willie Blair, who is one of our only good starting pitchers right now. So we're going to decline that trade. The in-game trades here are kind of bad in this game. As you guys probably already know, the in-game trades are not very bueno. So, actually, I want to set my autoplay settings. I want to let them handle the budget because I'm not very good at that kind of stuff. And then we're going to let them do all the minor league stuff. I know keeping track of the minor leagues is important, but it's very difficult to do that in an offline league where you're kind of going at an extremely fast pace. So we're going to do this for 2 weeks because that's the deadline. That's the 15-day DL. That's the shortest time I need to put someone on the DL. So received a personal message. Not saying I'll sign yet. Hopefully. Brent Breedy is out for 4 weeks as well. Okay, so this is just getting worse and worse. I really didn't want a lot of injuries, and it looks like that has been pulled out from under the rug from me. So that's okay, though. We don't have depth. We were going to win this year anyways. Alex Fernandez goes ahead and signs. He's probably not too great as a reliever, but he's definitely good enough to make the active roster. Opening day. D'Amico signed, so we will throw him on the active roster as well. So we're going to have a very young bullpen this year. We're going to have a very young team, but, I really don't want... okay, so Damian Miller and Jeff D'Amico. Who's Dave Clark? Is he good? He's 35 and he kind of sucks, so no, I'm good. Sorry, Houston. I'm not dumb like you guys. Devin White is out for 4 weeks. Man, we are just getting hit in the outfield with the injury bug. Our starters are just going down, man. Shout out to Dr. Hips. 15-day DL. So I'm just kind of hoping we can get through the rest of the spring at least decently healthy. I don't want to get crushed in the injury department. That'd be very, very bad before the season even starts. So it looks like we're actually doing pretty well in spring training, which I have a strong feeling is not going to translate into the regular season. But that's okay. Brent Brady's back, so Brady will be back for opening day. Who else will be? Devin White will be as well. I'm actually just going to throw him on right now because he's back in one day. So, going to opening day. I will set all the lineups and stuff before opening day, and then I will probably... I guess I'll probably end off the video there, I think, and then do... I'll catch up back with you guys at the first-year player draft in the next video, I think, is where I'm going to go with this. Received a personal message. What is it? Season expectation, better than 500. I don't know how that's going to go, buddy. I'm actually just going to do this for my team only because I don't like getting bogged down with too many emails. I really don't know how that's going to go, buddy boy. Don't think that's... I think you're a little bit too optimistic there when it comes to our players. So, looking at our starters, we have our 5. And then looking at our bullpen, I want 7 guys in the bullpen. So, this is the active roster. Look at the default. I'm just going to start off with overall rating. I don't look at overall rating pretty much past the opening season, but because I don't really have... These guys don't have experience in the OOTP engine yet, it's not really beneficial for me to look at their stats because it could be completely different. Their stats last year could be completely different than how OOTP views their ratings. So I like to get at least 1 year under my belt before I go off of stats. I don't know who I want the closer to be. I think I could go with Alex Fernandez or Alan Bennis. Do we have... No, he's in the next draft. I was thinking of our awesome closer that we had, the Hyung... Whatever, the Japanese guy. I know that's racist. You hate me, whatever. He's very unhappy because of his performance. Well, hopefully you can get your performance to be a little bit better than Russ Springer. Yeah, we'll go ahead and make Alex Fernandez. Shout out to Dr. Hips for playing 100 different million games. Jesus. We'll go ahead and make Dr. Hips. We'll go ahead and make Alex Fernandez our closer. Greg Olson will stay on the roster, but I do not want him to be the closer. I didn't want him to be the closer in real life, but that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need 1 half-star player. Let's just make sure I'm not missing out on anybody. No, I'm not. So I'll keep one of these guys. I'm probably going to go ahead and keep Sadowski because he's the one I know the best from real life. So we're going to send down everyone else to Tucson. Efrain Valdez. Out of option years, so I might end up... I'll just waive him. No one's gonna pick him up. He's terrible. And then Felix Rodriguez. And Fernando Hernandez. What a name. He's also out of option years, but no one's going to pick him up. He's a pretty awful relief pitcher. So this will be our bullpen. We'll go ahead and look at it now. I actually want to bring up another starter, I think. Do I? I think I do. Someone to be a long relief kind of guy. Someone with not a lot of potential for the future. Patterson's already in AAA. He's 20 years old, so he's getting shot up there. Chris Clemens could be someone I bring up. Actually, I think I will. So Chris Clemens is actually going to start the season on the roster. Okay, so looking at this, our rotation is still set. It's going to stay the same. Anderson, Bennis, Suppan, Blair, and Dahl. Our bullpen, Fernandez is going to be our closer. Bennis is going to be our setup guy, 8th or later. Let's see. I guess Springer will be our 7th or later guy, and then everyone else will be middle relief. Sadowski will be middle relief. D'Amico will be middle relief. Clemens will be long relief, avoid high leverage, and emergency starting pitcher. And then Olson will be middle relief as well. So this will be our bullpen here. So these are our pitchers, I guess, period. Our starting lineup, or our starting rotation, and our bullpen right here. Looks pretty terrible, but that's okay. We're an expansion team. Let's go ahead and clear all of this so I can just kind of start going off of what I want. Catchers, we have the 2 that I want up right now. Infielders. There we are. Let's go back to default. We have, I guess these are our 4 starters when it comes to infielders, unfortunately. Mullins, Mullins, whatever, Bam Bam. I'm just going to call him Bam Bam. Former Expo, if I remember correctly. I don't remember. Was he? Yeah, he was an Expo. He was also a Yankee. He'll be our backup infielder because he can play every position except for shortstop. So we're going to need someone who can play shortstop as well. Is he active? Yes, he is. So we're going to need someone who can play shortstop as well. So we're going to look in Tucson for someone who can play shortstop. Danny Klassen. Danny Klassen. Welcome to the roster, Danny. You will be our backup shortstop. Make sure we're still not over the limit here with guys. Cool. All outfielders. Looking at this, all of our guys are healthy. I'm not sure whether I want to start Benitez or Garcia. Benitez is a 6. He's a 6'3" with a 4.46. Okay, he's not that great. Garcia is better. So we're going to start Garcia. Benitez can be our backup outfielder because he can play everything. Can't really play center field, but that's okay. Who is active? Do I have room for another outfielder? I do, because Andy Fox is up, and I don't want Andy Fox. Let's go ahead and grab someone who can play backup center field effectively. Someone like Mike Robertson, who is pretty good in real life, at defense at least. So we'll promote him up to Arizona. All right, and that's going to be our guys. So we're going to have Stennett starting at catcher, Travis Lee at first, Batista at second, Matt Williams at third, Jay Bell at short. We're going to throw Garcia in left, Devin White in center, and then Brady in right field. Our backups, Damian Miller is going to be our backup catcher. Mullins is going to be our backup first, second, and third baseman. We're going to have Klassen as our backup shortstop. Benitez is going to be our backup left fielder and right fielder, and then our backup center fielder will be Mike Robertson. Looks like we only have we have 4. Okay, so perfect. So who do I want as our 3 batter? Looking at batting ratings. Who's our best batter? It looks like it's Tony Batista, weirdly enough. Yeah, Tony Batista looks like our best batter, so we're going to bat him third. We'll bat... No, that's not what I wanted, sorry. We'll bat Devin White lead off. Bat... so either I need Devin White's a switch hitter, so no, I don't want him leading off. Bat... I guess I could lead off with Jay Bell. He wouldn't be the worst leadoff guy in the world. Or Travis Lee, but he's not really the fastest fella. I guess no, I can't really do Travis Lee. I'm looking for a righty batter, so I guess Jay Bell will be fine to lead off with. Then Devin White, Batista, Travis Lee batting fourth. Matt Williams, Garcia, Stennett, and then Brady. So we go right, switch, right, left, right, left, right, left. Perfect. Copy lineup, copy depth chart, paste lineup, paste depth chart. So that's going to be our opening day stuff. We're going to import can I import a strategy from a previous save? Hopefully I did save it. I think I did. So if I go to, like, as you can see, I have a lot of games here. D-backs, my regular one. Do I have... There should be an import-export tab. Okay, I didn't save it. That's fine. I'll just do it myself. So you guys can see what I do. I like base stealing. Aggressive base running is good. I don't like hit and runs. Those are dumb. Sacrifice bunts aren't really necessary. Squeeze bunts are really not necessary. That can stay neutral. I do like shifts because they can really... starting pitchers should be able to pitch. Relievers, we don't want to work them too hard. Lefty-righty matchups pretty neutral. Pinch hit for pitchers, neutral. Position players is going to be lower. And then pinch runners is going to be kind of low, I guess. Okay. So that's going to be the strategy settings. That's basically going to be it for this first episode. Let's look at our financial settings. Below average market, above average fan loyalty, and 58 fan interest. We are, that's pretty okay. Looking at our... Alright, so our player development, I can't change it until the offseason. That's fine. Looking at our accounting tab, looks like we are on pace to make we have about 9 million or 14 million to spend on free agents if we wanted to. So we actually might be able to participate in the international free agent signing, which would be very nice. Okay, so that's going to be it for this first episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like down. below and a comment on how I can get better at these videos. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all later.